Here is an entirely distinct story-focused breakdown of Ip Man 2008, exploring its narrative arcs, character dynamics, and cultural resonance. The plot and emotional narrative. The story of Ip Man is divided into two contrasting eras that mirror the geopolitical shifts in 20th century China. Phase 1. The Golden Days of Foshan, 1935. In the peaceful pre-war years, Foshan is the martial arts capital of southern China. Scores of schools compete for prestige along its bustling streets. Ip Man is the undisputed master among them, though he refuses to take on paying students or open a commercial hall, Kwon. Instead, he spends his days practicing Wing Chun in private, hosting friendly sparring matches behind closed doors, and prioritizing his family life with his wife Chung Wing-sing and young son. When an aggressive northern brawler named Xin Shan Zhao arrives to challenge and defeat every schoolhead in town, Foshan's pride is shattered. Ip Man is reluctantly urged by the community to step forward. In a famously light-hearted duel inside his home, where his wife demands he not break any household furniture, Ip Man effortlessly dismantles the aggressive northern style, restoring honor to Foshan without inflicting severe harm. Phase 2. The Darkness of Occupation, 1937 to 1945. The peaceful life ends abruptly with the Japanese invasion during the Second Sino-Japanese War. Foshan falls under brutal military occupation, and Ip Man's family mansion is seized to serve as a Japanese military headquarters. Stripped of his fortune, Ip Man moves his family into a cramped, dilapidated apartment and takes a grueling job shoveling coal at a local mill just to secure basic rations. General Miura, a high-ranking Japanese officer obsessed with martial arts, sets up a public combat arena where Chinese laborers can duel Japanese black belts for bags of rice. When Ip Man's close friend, Master Liu, is executed in cold blood after winning a match, Ip Man's quiet composure breaks. He steps into the arena and demands to face 10 karate black belts simultaneously, marking the pivotal turning point where his martial arts transforms from a gentleman's pastime into a tool for national survival. Key character dynamics. Ip Man versus Chung Wing-sing, the domestic balance. His wife initially resents martial arts because it constantly distracts his family from family life. Her gradual shift from asking him to stop fighting to silently granting him permission to fight General Miura gives the movie's emotional core. Ip Man versus Dro Kian Chuen, the business patron. Chuen, a wealthy cotton mill owner and Ip Man's close friend, represents the civilian effort to keep local industry alive. Ip Man later secretly teaches Wing Chun to Chuen's cotton mill workers so they can defend themselves against local bandits. Ip Man versus General Miura, the clash of ideologies. Miura views martial arts purely as a measure of physical dominance and racial superiority, whereas Ip Man views martial arts as a spiritual discipline rooted in virtue, Wu-Dai. 4 production and legacy milestones. 1. Sammo Hung's choreography masterclass. Legendary action director Sammo Hung worked closely with Donnie Yen to ensure Wing Chun's short-range hand traps Pak Sao and Tan Sao looked authentic on camera while maintaining high cinematic pacing. 2. Donnie Yen's breakout stardom. Although Yen had been a veteran actor for decades, playing Ip Man catapulted him into top-tier global stardom, defining his career and paving the way for international blockbusters like Rogue One: A Star Wars Story and John Wick: Chapter 4. 3. The real-life legacy. The movie sparked a massive global renaissance for Wing Chun, leading to a surge in enrollments at martial arts academies worldwide and spawning 3 direct sequels along with multiple spin-offs. 4. Historical realignment. The film ends with Ip Man fleeing Foshan to Hong Kong in 1949, where he would eventually open his public school and train a young Bruce Lee, bridging traditional Chinese martial arts with modern global pop culture. What sets Ip Man apart from almost every other martial arts blockbuster is its commitment to emotional quietness before the storm. In the sunlit opening scenes set in 1930s Foshan, China's hub for martial arts schools, Ip Man is presented not as a brooding hero seeking glory, but as a wealthy, mild-mannered family man. He doesn't take on students, he doesn't brag, and he actively avoids public challenges to keep peace in his household. This domestic tranquility makes the dramatic pivot in the film's second half all the more devastating. When the 1937 Japanese invasion destroys Foshan, the film strips away Ip Man's mansion, silk robes, and financial security, placing him in a coal mine struggling to secure a single bag of rice for his family. His journey isn't about personal glory. It becomes a struggle to preserve human dignity under systemic oppression. Donnie Yen's brilliance lies in his restraint. His eyes convey immense grief, while his posture remains immovable. The master class in choreography, Sammo Hung's design. Action director Sammo Hung structured the fight sequences to reflect Ip Man's psychological state across three distinct acts. 1. The friendly duels in Foshan's peace era. In the early scenes, such as the closed-door tea room fight with Master Liao, or the duel inside his home against the northern brawler Jin Shanshao, Ip Man fights with playful elegance. He uses minimal force, avoids causing serious injury, and actively protects his wife's household vases while fighting. The movement is fluid, polite, and light on its feet. 2. The 10-man arena fight, the turning point. After witnessing the cold-blooded execution of his friend Lin and the Japanese martial arts hall, Ip Man's Wing Chun transforms completely. For the only time in the movie, Ip Man steps into the ring driven by pure, controlled rage. Zero retreat. He never takes a step backward. He aggressively advances into his opponent's guard. Devastating precision. He abandons polite deflections for bone-breaking joint locks, rapid center-line chain punches or Lianwan Kun, and heavy downward stomps. Visual impact. This sequence is widely considered one of the single greatest fight scenes in modern action cinema history due to its raw, visceral rhythm. The duel against General Miura. In the final showdown against General Miura, Ip Man fights with absolute focus. Miura relies on the heavy linear power of karate, while Ip Man counters with the close-quarters trapping, Pak Sao and Tan Sao of Wing Chun. It becomes a symbolic battle between brute force and refined skill. Behind the scenes and production facts. 1. The real-life family legacy. To ensure the film respected the real Ip Man's legacy, Ip Man's real-life sons, Ip Chun and Ip Ching, served as special consultants on set. Ip Chun, who was in his 80s during production, personally instructed Donnie Yen on the traditional Wing Chun wooden dummy or mukyanjong techniques and verified the authenticity of the historical details. 2. Donnie Yen's 9-month isolation. Before cameras rolled, Donnie Yen dedicated 9 full months exclusively to learning Wing Chun. Because Yen came from a background in wushu, taekwondo, and Western boxing, styles that rely heavily on wide, explosive movements, he had to completely retrain his muscle memory to execute Wing Chun's short, tight, centerline strikes. 3. The color palette storytelling. Director Wilson Yip and cinematographer Sing Pui-oh used distinct visual color grading to reflect the narrative shift. In Part 1, Foshan's Golden Age, filmed in warm, golden yellows, rich amber tones, and bright natural light to evoke nostalgia and comfort. Part 2, Japanese Occupation, shifted dramatically to cold blues, desaturated grays, and harsh industrial lighting to highlight poverty, coldness, and danger. 4. The title dispute. In pre-production, a competing director announced a separate movie about Ip Man, titled The Grandmaster, which eventually became Wong Kar-wai's 2013 film. This led to a brief title dispute, with Wilson Yip's project initially changing its title to Grandmaster Ip Man, before finally settling on the clean, definitive title, Ip Man. Historical reality versus cinematic drama. While the movie is a brilliant piece of dramatic cinema, several elements were exaggerated or altered for storytelling. The coal mine. The real Ip Man did experience severe poverty during the Japanese occupation, but the coal mine sparring ring run by Japanese military officers was a fictional creation designed for the film's narrative tension. Leaving Foshan. In real life, Ip Man served as a police officer in Foshan during various periods before eventually moving to Hong Kong in 1949, where he began teaching Wing Chun publicly to students, including a young Bruce Lee.